What is going on, guys? My name is Wild Magician, also is Without Life, and when it comes to anime girls, there's one thing that I've noticed about them. Well, okay, there's a lot of things I've noticed about anime girls, but that doesn't mean... I've always felt that there was one feature that vastly differed from all the others, and that is... You saw the title of this video, so it's not really that dramatic. Noses! Noses. Can we get a picture of a nose on screen? Yeah, that's what a nose is supposed to look like. But with anime girls, it's a bit different. So today, we're rating 20 waifus' noses. It doesn't sound as good as a lot of the other videos. Alright, let's start this off with the classic, everyone's favorite tsundere queen. That's right, I'm talking about Taiga Aisaka, my girl. Unfortunately, she doesn't have the best nose. We're starting with her because she has what we call a dot nose. These are sometimes cute, but it only really works when the eyes are a certain size in proportion to the nose itself. So just looking at Taiga from this picture alone, you know, it doesn't really look like the best breathing situation. I'm sure she has an inhaler and many breathing problems. I mean, I'm no doctor, but just to give my official medical opinion, I would say that she probably has that just on for aesthetics. So I'm gonna give that nose, let's give it we'll give it a 5 out of 10, you know? It could definitely be worse, but yeah, it could definitely be better. Now moving on to everyone's favorite waifu from Konosuba, Aqua. Now you see, Aqua, what the hell? Did this video just go to an alternate universe for a second? Freaking isekais. Anyways, everyone's favorite waifu from Konosuba, that's right, Megumin. She also has a pin dot nose. Are we gonna call it a pin nose or a dot nose? Hey, I gotta say, just from this picture alone, it really looks even worse than Taiga. I mean, Taiga had some maybe perception to the depth of her nose, but Megumin, it really looks like they accidentally just went boop, and they're like, you know what? Let's keep that in. Like, if we Photoshop this one, like, I could literally just act like I'm wiping it away. I feel like I should, because they're like, it looks like there's just dirt on my monitor. But you know, it's really not that good. However, the eyes are a bit less, you know, round like Taiga's, and they're not as big, so that does help us to get a more realistic nose shape thing, proportion, size, shape, proportion. I think I'm gonna give this nose an explosion out of 10. I think that's a fair ranking. Again, could be a little bit better, however, could be a lot worse. Now we move on to Yuno Gasai, and well, again, her nose is not really the best. 10 out of 10. Please don't kill me. Amelia. She has what we like to call a line nose. This is a bit better than a dot nose or a pin nose. I still don't know what we're calling it. She has more room to breathe, although that's not saying much. She must also be a mouth breather like a lot of these girls on this list. Just think about that. Just think about that. Your waifu is probably in bed going... Wait, that'd be really cute coming from an anime girl. So we're gonna say, you know, again, her eyes aren't as big as some of the other girls on this list. From this picture alone, I'd say we're gonna give her about, I don't know, let's give her a 7.39 out of 10. I think that's a fair ranking. Ram, let me tell you something. She's got a little bit of a smaller nose, but since she only really has one eye visible, that's actually not a decent size proportion. I'm gonna give this nose a 3.75 plus 2 out of 10. Alright, I think that's all the Rizzo girls. I can't think of, like, any other important one. Now jumping back to Toradora, we have the actual best girl from the show, Minori. And, you know, I gotta say, her nose is actually, pretty good. I have no bias whatsoever. I'm just gonna give this an 8 out of 10 solid nose. Definitely not biased at all. Alright. Of course, we can't talk about anime girl noses without talking about Erina Nakari. Now, this is how you do a nose. This is, well, it's not just a straight line or a dot. There's a bit more depth to it. As you can see here, there's even a shadow casted upon because of the nose. The animators are thinking. These guys know what they're doing, and let me tell you what, Erina, just a very good nose. If I saw that nose, I think I should choose my words very carefully. What would I say next? 9 out of 10. Not the best nose in the show, but it's pretty dang close. Now moving on to a bit more of a seasonal anime. Want to keep things new and festive and fresh. Festive? What? We're talking about Senko-san, and let me tell you, this nose, this can be differing for most people, but we have the kind of, it's just really a dark shade. It's not really a line or a dot. It's just maybe like 3 lines that are, you know, close to black or whatever, just to give it something. I don't know. Personally, not a big fan of this nose, but I can see it working on some girls, considering that she is a fox girl. We're gonna let that slide. We're gonna give that a 3-point minimum boost to her score. So I'm gonna say she gets a 3. Asuna Yuki. Oh man. Now this is actually a pretty good nose, but unfortunately she does come from Sword Art Online, so we have to deduct 3 points. So I'm going to say we're going to give this 7 out of 10. Now, Ruka from Steins Gate. Let me tell you, this girl has got a nose. What? She's what? Oh. I'm gonna give this nose a respect out of 10. Moving on. 02. Now let me tell you, again, we got a little bit of depth here with a little bit of shadow. It, however, is a line. It's 2 broken up lines though, so that's what's interesting. So it's almost like twice the nose, maybe? I don't know. All around, I think this is a pretty decent nose. It does give some depth perception. Her eyes aren't too massive for it to be overshadowed. So I'm gonna give this 10. Oh, I don't want to do this one. Okay, where to begin? I mean, I know this is just a nose video, but girl, no. Look, alright, focusing on her nose. Again, it's very small, it's about a line, sometimes it's a dot, but, you know, it really, her eyes are just, they're too circular, man. They just don't fit well with the nose, so I'm gonna have to give this a 2 out of 10. Okay, now we should have started with this one. All right, Sue, let me tell you something. Is it weird to have a frog girl waifu? That's not. Besides the point, her nose is perfect for what a frog girl would look like. All right, don't question me on this. Alright, time for a lightning round. Ida from Plastic Memories, 4 out of 10. Nagisa from Clanad, thank god this isn't an eye review. I'm gonna go with, 7 out of 10. Sailor Moon, a classic, 8 out of 10. Alright, let's move on to our final 3. First up, we have Taya Gardner from Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but personality can ruin a nose. It actually can. Alright, fine, can't. I have to be unbiased as the nose judger I am. Pretty good depth perception. You can tell that there is actually a nose there instead of just a poorly drawn line. There's a bit of detail actually on both sides. There's not just one shadow casting over like you see on a lot. It actually is a predominant feature in her face. I never thought I'd say this about Taya, but I'm gonna give her a 7.5 out of 10 on her nose. Tatsumaki, or also known as Tornado from One Punch. The best girl. No, get the. Sure. Best girl from One Punch. Ah, man, what can I say? There's just that's the nose of a girl who really hates you. That's a thing, all right? We're gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Whoa, ending it off with the best girl of all time. The nose that can't be beat, folks. 11 out of 10. 11 out of 10. No other girl can come close. She's right under Yunoga-san. Hey, look at that, it's the outro screen. Well, I guess I should start off by thanking the people who are wasting their supporting me over at Patreon. Geo Chittle, Emily, y'all are keeping the dream alive, or whatever the kids say. If you want to do that as well, you can click the Patreon button somewhere on the screen, or you can click the video button to watch another video, or the subscribe button to watch another subscribe. Wait.